Hello and welcome to Talent Bytes. I'm your host, Felix Mitchell, and I'm thrilled to be able to welcome Alex, the CEO of Qlearsite, back on to show us another cool thing that he's been working on, and that's called compensation IQ. But that's enough of me talking. Alex, welcome back, and tell us what you've been up to.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me again, Felix. It's great to see you. Last time when I introduced Clearsite, we were talking about our mission in terms of democratizing talent intelligence for SMEs and mid-sized organizations. And we walked through the platform that we've developed and particularly showed how we are helping organization really analyze and get insight out of their HR KPIs and using benchmark data and the analytics that we have within the platform, all about helping them attract and retain talent. Today, what I wanted to do is show you the latest innovation that we've been working on, which is a compensation benchmarking capability we call compensation IQ. And this is all about making data which hasn't really been available to SMEs and mid-market before, really accessible through technology. So that's what I want to get to today. The ultimate goal here for people using the tool is to enable them to make more confident and competitive pay decisions. That's what it's all about.
Sounds great to me. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the first step in terms of using the platform is to integrate your HRS system with Compensation IQ. And what the platform does then is automatically analyze and calculate your key HR KPIs. The focus is really on compensation, but what you also get is insights around KPIs such as attrition, absence, and organizational composition. But from a perspective of compensation, a really big innovation that we've done here is to create auto mapping in terms of taking your salary data and your job titles and map that directly to the data we have in our HR database, which of course is something which is, gives you the ability to save a lot of time and also removes errors in the process of mapping these data sources together. Now, the way that this is done down at a job title level. So this data here in this demo account is based on a law firm. So take, for example, the highest level of the hierarchy, which is a managing partner. What will you be able to see here? So the platform maps the internal salary for that job title, which is the blue bar, to the external benchmark, which is represented by the green bar here, which is the median salary in the market. You also have an indication of the range. So you will be able to see low, which is the 25th percentile, and the high, which is the 75th percentile. So you have an indication of where you sit within the range. There's other things within the platform which is really helpful for you to get an understand your employees. So compare ratio is a really, really good way of looking if you are under or overpaying based on different roles in your organization compared to the market. So the medium here is 1, and you get a good indication here if you're sitting below or above that in terms of the benchmarking data and how you're compensating your employees. Now, where does this data come from? Well, we have a big database that sits behind this. So here, where you will be able to see all of your roles in your organizations, all of the different job titles that you have, and within the brackets is indicating how many employees sits within that particular job title. So take paralegal, for example. There are 38 employees within paralegal as a job title, and that's been mapped to the paralegal benchmark in terms of the industry job role. You can see an indication here in terms of the location, the currency, the low, mid, and high. But what's really important when you use the tool is for you to be able to map it down at individual level. There could be nuances in terms of years of experience, particular specialization, etc. This data set is very simple. It's demo data. Everybody's the same in this particular regard in terms of their role. For you to be able to customize these benchmark and access the data that sits underneath this, you have a section within the platform where you can search data and you can log specific benchmark data that you can map into your different roles or different individuals in your organization. And this data is based on 2 different data sources. The first one is self-reported data salary benchmarking data, which represents over 7 million salary records. The second one is job postings data from Lightcast, which aggregates data from over 5 million companies, and there's over 2 billion current and historical job postings in that data. So it's very, very rich in terms of the accessibility to the data for you to find the right benchmark for individuals in your organization. Actually, Lightcast is a recent partnership that we have, and they're one of the most comprehensive data providers in this space globally. So historically, this type of data has only been really accessible to enterprise and really affordable to enterprise organizations. But through the partnership now, I'm happy to say, look, now it's available for SMEs and mid-sized organizations. It is affordable down at that level.
That's really exciting.
I wanted to show you how you can search the actual data, and let's start with the self-reported data. So here you can see, here's the search screen where you can go in and look up particular roles. We have an automatic map in here in terms of paralegal, but there are a lot of different nuances and different types of paralegal specializations within this data. You can search based on country, industry, location, size. You also have an indication in terms of what sits behind that data, which is the salary count and the company count, right? So this gives you a really good understanding in terms of the confidence behind the data. We've done certain things in here to kind of get to a next level of detail, little quick filters, I would call them, where you will be able to break it down based on industry and size. So if I do that, what I will be able to see, and in this case, this demo data is based on the legal sector. So I will be very, very quickly able to get down to the industry level, but also pick the size, which is relevant in terms of my organization to pick the right benchmark. So just a few little things in terms of just getting through a very big data source quickly down to a level where it's more relevant to you as an organization or as a user.
Can you then exclude certain company sizes, for example, from the salary comparisons that you were showing before? So can you say, well, we're a small mid-sized company, so we're only going to show paralegals at companies that are under, 1,000 employees? That will then map onto the tooling you were showing, the dashboards you were showing before.
Exactly. So the size element here, you can go, rather than going the quick filter that I used here, you will be able to customize it based on the filters based on size. So you can just set that so it always filters down to anything related to your organization based on size.
That's really cool.
So you will be able to do that too. The latest data source, which is Lightcast data, you have similar search functionality in terms of filters within this dashboard. But here you have a slight different representation of it. You have a distribution where you will be able to see the volume in terms of distribution of job postings along the line in terms of the advertised salaries or compensation for each one of those job postings. And on the right, you have an indication of demand in the market based on the job posting volumes over time. So here, for example, around paralegal, you will see an indication that the demand has decreased over the last year. So another useful way of looking at this and saying, look, so what's happening in the market? If you're starting to see things spike in terms of the job market, that could be an indication that you need to watch out in terms of potential attrition risk in the data, for example, right? That's really it. Just a very quick demo for you, Felix. And I think, the big thing here we wanted to deliver on is providing this data to what we believe is an underserved market when it comes to this types of data, SMEs and mid-market or mid-sized organizations. And it really is all about providing, confidence in your pay decisions.
That is really awesome, Alex. Thanks so much for taking us through it, and thanks for being our first repeat guest.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing. Actually, there is some more news coming in the new year on this journey of adding more data. We are in the process of partnering with one of the biggest, I would say, compensation, benchmarking, and consultancy firms out there, which means that we will be able to add survey data as well, so survey-based data, which will include a lot of details around bonuses, benefits, to give some more details around total compensation rather than just the salary benchmarking data that we have within the platform. So stay tuned for more.
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Fingers crossed, and looking forward to hearing about it.
Cool.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers.